Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Cryptix bringing you another deck profile today for Vanguard 0. Today we're going to be taking a look at Spike Brothers. Now this is a deck that I didn't think I was going to build because I went a little too hard on the Grand Blue event. However, looking at some of the gameplay that I've seen on YouTube from people like Living Proof and some of the stuff that I've seen on Twitch stream, I've really figured out that I like the deck a lot, so I kind of wailed on it and got all my pieces last night. So I've been playing it. I've played it for a few games and I'm really enjoying it. This deck is super powerful and super fun, generates a lot of combos, and it just does stuff. And that's my favorite thing in Vanguard, is when a deck does stuff. Even if you're just in a really crappy position and you don't have much that you think you can do, this deck wants to do things all of the time, and I love it. I just love activating abilities, and if a deck bricks, it turns me off, but this deck turns me on. I love it. It's so cool. So let's go ahead and jump into the profile. I'm going to start with our main grade 3 actually, because all of the other skills will make sense whenever you see his. So it's General Safe Read, and he has a Vanguard ability that when your drive check reveals a grade 3, call that card to an empty rearguard circle, and the trigger effect activates as well. So you have to be careful about this skill, and you'll see what I mean once we get into the other cards, but he calls a grade 3 to an empty rearguard circle. So the best thing that I can recommend is that you make sure that all of your rearguard circles are occupied, or the front two are unoccupied. Otherwise, you're going to have a grade 3 get called behind your Vanguard if you don't have that circle occupied, which is some of the mistakes that I made last night with the deck. Hopefully I won't make in the gameplay. So it's a really strong ability though. You can apply the power to your back row rear guards, and then call a grade 3 in front of that back row rear guard that you just applied the power to. It's very strong. And then he also has a Vanguard ability. When this unit is boosted, it gets plus 3k until end of battle. So this is also a really strong ability, specifically because of another key card that exists within the deck. This is a pretty piece reliant deck, so you have to have pieces, but no matter what the pieces are, you typically have something that you can do, some kind of combo that you can do. Now we'll go ahead and look at our starter, which is the Mecha Trainer, and he has the Forerunner ability, and on rearguard circle, counterblast 1 and retire this unit to add a grade 1 or less card from your deck to your hand. Now this is just Conroe. It's just a Conroe copy, which is super strong because you can add a PG, or you can add one of your grade 1s to hand. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other grade 3s. We've got this beautiful Skydiver SP. It's one of my favorite SP cards in 0 so far. Looks so good. He's got a rearguard ability that when this unit's attack hits a Vanguard, put it into your soul to call a card from your hand. So what you can do is swing at their Vanguard, and then you put Skydiver into your soul and call a card in front of another back row rear guard. And this pairs well specifically with the Spike Brothers Assault Squad, which we'll get into here in a little bit. But also we've got Juggernaut Maximum, and he has a rear guard ability. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1 to get plus 5k until end of battle, and put in the bottom of your deck at the end of that battle. So you make this dude your heal trigger because he's going to go back into your deck, but his skill synergizes really well with Safe Reads, because you can put this dude on rearguard circle in front of a grade 1, swing with him unboosted, use his skill, he gets plus 5k, so he becomes a 16k, and then he goes to deck at the end of the battle. Then you swing with Safe Read, and then if you check a grade 3, you get to apply your triggers to the other rearguard circle or to the grade 1 that the Juggernaut Maximum was in front of, and then call the grade 3 where the Juggernaut Maximum was. So this deck generates a lot of multi-attacks and superior calls like nobody's business. It's so much fun. I love it. On to grade 2s, we've got your 10k vanillas. Chef Kisses, so good. And then you also have Devil Summoner. He's got a Vanguard rearguard ability. When this unit is placed, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is grade 2 or less, call it. If not, shuffle your deck. Now this is just another Transriser, which is already a good enough card, and now Spike Brothers has it, and they already generate a lot of multi-attacking, so the fact that they get this free advantage is just really strong. It's just like Transriser, where it's free. You don't have to worry about any particular cost tied to it. So if you whiff it, it was free. You don't have to worry about it. The 7K body really isn't that big of a deal majority of the time. Next for grade 2s, I'm running 2 Spike Bouncer. He's got a Vanguard rearguard ability. When your other unit's attack hits a Vanguard, this unit gets plus 3k until end of turn. I see a lot of other people like Living Proof only running him 1. I like to run him at 2 just because he gets a little bit bigger. And your grade 1 rearguards are all on the lower power spectrum. You're not running any 8Ks, it's either 7K or below. And just having that extra power boost and being able to hit is really nice. Next, you've got your high speed Bracky. She's got a rearguard ability. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1 to get plus 5k until end of battle and put in the bottom of your deck at the end of that battle. So it's the same skill as Juggernaut Maximum, but we've got it on a 9k body now. So she becomes a 14k attacker, and then you can swing with her on boost to do the same thing that you did with Juggernaut Maximum, and then use Safe Read's ability to call another grade 3 in front of it. And it's even stronger if you can call Skydiver in front of it, because then Skydiver will hit and then you get to call another card from your hand. It's just incredibly strong. Next up, grade 1s, we're running 4 PGs and then 3 of this guy, Dudley Dan. He's got a rearguard ability. When this unit boosted Vanguard, counterblast 2 and put a card from your hand into your soul to call any card from your deck to an empty rearguard circle. This is super strong late game whenever you're swinging with your Juggernaut Maximum and your high speed Bracky and stuff like that, and your opponent's just PGing all of your attacks. This is how you close game right here. This dude is technically your winning image, your finisher, whatever you want to call it. He's really good because his skill activates on boost, whereas a lot of the other multi-attack skills in this deck are on hit. Except for obviously Safe Read. So he just generates a lot more attacks, and he's very good late game. He can be good early game too, but I prefer to have him in the late game. I focus more on Skydiver in the early game because Skydiver's abilities proc when the attack hits. So next up, we've got 2 Reckless Express. He's got a rearguard ability. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1 to get plus 5k until the end of battle and put in the bottom of your deck at the end of that battle. So it's another high speed Bracky, another Juggernaut Maximum. He's very strong as far as a grade 1 goes. So if you're running out of grade 2s and you need attackers, you can just make a lane with him. He's very strong. But next up, we have the 4 of grade 1 besides the PG. In my opinion, the star of the deck. He is so good. It's the Spike Brothers Assault Squad. He's a 6k body, but he's got a rearguard ability. When the attack this unit boosted hits, stand this unit. Now, I know it doesn't seem that strong. However, you can just make huge lanes that will hit over and over, and a bunch of big combos with this dude, because what you do is you put him in your back row behind Skydiver or your Juggernaut Maximum or your high speed Bracky or whatever, and then you swing with whatever's in front of it unboosted, and then you swing with your Vanguard. Hopefully you've cleared that rearguard circle in front of it and put it into your soul or into your deck, and then you get another rearguard in front of it. But once you swing with your Vanguard, you put all your triggers to this guy, and then he'll restand after the battle that it hits. So if you get 2 triggers, he becomes 16k, and then you call another Skydiver in front of it. That's a 27k column, and then the Skydiver hits, and then you call something else in front of it like a Juggernaut Maximum, and then this guy will restand, and then the Juggernaut Maximum hits for even higher numbers. He's just very strong in this deck. I know Novus has another card just like this. It's the Cray Soldier, I think it's called. But I think this is more applicable in this deck with how much power you gain and how many multi-attacks that you can generate with, higher numbers, higher power. For our trigger lineup, we're running 9 draw and then 4 heal. We make sure that our Juggernaut Maximum is our heal. This is super important because he goes back to deck, so you're just recycling your heals, and more chances to get triggers, more chances to proc heals. It was really good. I think I forgot to go over our Unite attacker here. He's just kind of like a filler card. You really don't ever use his skill, honestly. He is the Mega Blast. Vanguard Circle at the start of your main phase, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets plus 2k until end of turn. And then Vanguard Rearguard Circle when this unit attack hits, Soul Blast 6, Counter Blast 4 to look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and call any number of them. So it's a strong ability, but you never really get to use that. honestly, because your main source of soul charging is the Skydiver. I mean, like, if you have to ride this dude, it's not the end of the world because you can combo off of Skydiver and Juggernaut Maximum and stuff like that. And you know, you get that guaranteed soul charge at the beginning of the turn. However, you're going to want to be sitting on the safe read majority of the time. But yeah, he's honestly just a filler card. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into a game, and then hopefully we can show off the power of this deck. It is so much fun. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. I'm ready. I'm ready to play. Ready to play some spikes. Alright, looks like we're going to be going up against Royal Paladin, and they are a VP farmer, it looks like. The ... makes me a little nervous. But we'll find out whenever we flip over the starter, and if they are a VP farmer, we'll just go ahead and move on to the next one. Alright, took care of that VP farmer real quick, guys, so hopefully we get another one, or another good fight going here. Man, that artwork is so sick. I love that art. Next up is Pale Moon, guys. I want to do a Pale Moon profile. I want to build that deck super hard. Or super bad. Alright, hopefully this guy is like a dude. Man, I don't want to ride that PG, but I guess I will if I have to. Alright, I don't have to. And it looks like we have a real opponent here, because that was a mulligan. Yay! Excited. I only had to do one VP farmer for this video. Alright. We're gonna ride our boy here. And we'll call him Mecha Trainer. I like to call, you know, these forerunners over here. Just because the Kagura player has to, you know, call out their Tejas just to hit it. Sometimes I'll put it behind in this rearguard circle as well, but we're probably going to end up using this to get a PG before he can even throw down his Tejas. However, if he was going second, I might have called the Mecha Trainer behind the Vanguard because it forces him to ride Tejas, making him more susceptible to rush, but sometimes I call it over here. It just kind of depends. So we're going to ride our Devil Summoner here, get a grade 1, that's actually really nice, and then we'll put it here, and we'll call our Spike Bouncer, use our Mecha Trainer, and grab ourselves, do we grab a PG, or we already have 2, so do we grab a PG or do we grab an Assault Squad? I think we'll just play it safe and grab a PG. Most of our stuff can hit without boosters. I say as I'm going to be swinging with my 7k Vanguard attempting to pull the trigger. And I get one, so that's good. And we drew into our Skydiver too, so that means we'll be able to throw down a solid combo. Maybe should have gotten the Assault Squad from the Mecha Trainer, but something tells me it will be okay. Just having that extra PG in hand against Kagura is nice, especially when we don't have any grade 2s, and he can easily just ride Blockade and kind of throw down on us that way. So I'm going to call a Berserk, probably retire our dude in the... Oh, he retires our grade 2. I was honestly expecting him to retire the booster. He's going to heal the damage, which is a little bit unfortunate. Puts us to 3. We see 2 of our Dans go down in a row. That's kind of whack. Stand and draw a Braki. So we'll call our safe read, or rather safe read, and then call our Braki out over here. I'm debating if I want to use Skydiver this turn. I guess I will. we'll swing at the Berserk Dragon and clear this rearguard circle. Should go back into our deck. And then we'll swing with a safe read. We don't get a trigger there, so his skill doesn't proc. Hopefully he doesn't get a defensive. He does not. And then it'll go to 25 here, so I'm not gonna use Skydiver's ability. I'll just leave it on the field. He's definitely gonna swing into it probably, unless he's got something that can retire grade 3s. Because let's see if he rides the Eclipse. If he rides the Eclipse, he's definitely gonna want to retire this guy. Okay, no, so he's gonna ride Overlord. That's a little bit problematic for us because we don't have a booster behind Vanguard. Our main Vanguard booster is in the damage. So we're definitely not gonna eat this double crit. It's a good thing though. We have 3 PGs. So this dude does not run any draws, I don't think. If he does, he's running them at low capacity because we've already seen 4 crits. We see an assault squad go down. That kind of sucks. Draw into a Skydiver. Rewrite our safe read just so we have soul. Okay, we're gonna swing in his rear like this. See a Dan go to the bottom. See a heal go off, which is really nice. We'll give power here. And then call our Juggernaut maximum here. Swing with the Skydiver. It hits. We'll go into Soul and we'll call our other Skydiver in front of it. And then we'll swing with the Juggernaut maximum. Using his ability, make him a 16k. Doesn't check a defensive, so our Skydiver column over here is going to be good to hit. And we'll take a PG from him right now. We're in an okay position. We just have, you know, the one lane. He's gonna hit us with this Rearguard Dragonic Overlord here more than likely and take out our Skydiver. So we haven't hit hardly any draws. We've been drawing into them mostly this game. So that's the unfortunate part. However, Safe Read can generate our attackers. He doesn't go for the Dragonic Overlord play, which I'm really kind of surprised about. He'll check nothing here. Believe we've only seen one of his heals. See PG go to damage. It's really unfortunate that we are not hitting any like triggers. We've hit it. This is gonna be rough. Okay. So we'll obviously call our grade 2 here. I'm gonna swing at its rear, and then hopefully we check a trigger. Yes, okay. Trigger on maximum. And give that to our grade 2 here. And we'll call our maximum over here. An additional heal trigger. So you know, we'll give it here just to make sure that it hits. And call our maximum here. And swing face, use maximum skill. We didn't really have to because, you know, he's already 11 to 11. We'll take that last PG and then we'll see that go back into the deck. Save our we've got another attacker for next turn if he survives, and then we'll swing face. Does he get the heal? Nope. Alright guys, that is the Spike Brothers deck. It didn't really combo off the way that I wanted it to. Like I said, you can put that Assault Squad. We didn't really see any of those, so you can put that Assault Squad in the back row and then give all your trigger effects to it, which will power it up super big, and then just keep swinging with a Skydiver and Juggernaut Maximum and stuff like that, and then Safe Read, put stuff in front of it. It's really, really strong. We kind of got to do that with our other grade 1 unit there a little bit, but not to the extent that I would have liked to. However, I do feel like we did some cool combos. So if you found this interesting, please hit like and subscribe. And then remember guys, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. EST. So go follow me over there. I'll leave a link in the description below, and then we'll see you guys next time.